Bronko dragged the NFL out of the back alleys and into the American consciousness because he was so big. He was an enormous man. I mean, his forearms looked like a lot of people's thighs. He was 6'3" and he was 235 pounds, and he was playing fullback. And back then, the defensive guys weren't that big. You know, they were 200 to 220. Bronko ran the football like he was boiling over with rage. He was one of the greatest big running backs in the history.
On offense, defense, and special teams, Bronko Nagurski punished everyone in his path. End zone to end zone, sideline to sideline. Not only did Nagurski excel at multiple positions, he was a champion in multiple sports.
These guys are making $3,000 or $4,000 a year. It's the Depression. So Bronko went out and he got himself into wrestling. Because in football, attendance wasn't that great back then. Wrestling was. And everybody wanted to see him because he had so much notoriety. And in 1937, he actually retired to go full-time into wrestling.
Just as he had the NFL, Bronko overwhelmed the wrestling world, owning the title belt in 1937, 39, and 41. By 1943, World War II had depleted Chicago's roster, forcing the Bears to try and re-enlist Nagurski.
Well, George Halas was at war, and he sent a telegram, signed Bronko Nagurski. But they knew the guy hadn't played in 6 years. They knew his legs were dead. They knew he had gained some weight, so they put him at tackle. And he was very, very effective in 1943 as a tackle.
As the football season went on, the Army kept drafting, football players. They came to the point where they drafted all our fullbacks so that the Bears were out of fullbacks. And we were getting at the end of the season, and we had a chance for the title. Some of my teammates, they suggested to move me back, that I could still cut the buck at fullback.
So in the final regular season game of 1943, Bronko was tapped to lug the leather for the first time in 6 years.
The Bears were down 24-14 going into the fourth quarter. Bronko is an old man. He came off the bench and led the Bears to 2 touchdowns to get them into the championship game.
The Bears went on to win the 1943 title, the third of Bronko's career. 20 years later, Nagurski was selected as a charter member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame in what he called the most thrilling moment of his life.
You have to remember him as a guy who brought a lot of attention to the NFL, who won 3 championships, who came back after 6 years. Think about that. Nobody today could come back after 6 years and lead his team to a championship. And I think that's the real value of Bronko Nagurski.